Good evening, everyone. My name is Edgar, and this is Historical Conspiracies. Now, there are many videos and articles, and the internet obviously is filled with so much information that it's sometimes like having no information at all. So, how do we know which truths are real truths? How do we know who are actors, or what events are worth looking into, or which ones are hoaxes, or maybe just some kind of really brilliant and creative marketing plan to get you to click and click and click and click your brains out until you get somewhere? Well, we don't really have an easy way to find out. But what we can do is take the things that speak to us and dig into them. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight with a very interesting story that I like to call the Weather Cam Girl. So the questions I want to answer about this topic that I'm about to discuss is the content worth studying? Is it worth looking into? Is it a hoax? Is it for marketing? And I don't want to, give a bit of a spoiler alert, but I'm going to. And the next question is, what happened to the girl? So hopefully you will listen in and enjoy this fascinating topic, the Weather Cam Girl. Before we get started though, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors, without whom we would not be able to produce this content.
Check out bizbin.com. From software design to socks, we're an auction house and marketplace focused on community. A community like yours. You have direct access to the sellers, members, handcrafters, and even the development team of the website itself. If you don't like something, say something. By joining the site, you're joining the community, and by being in the community, you're joining the team. We believe this business model allows us to grow a website around the community and cultivate a marketplace and auction house that is unlike anything you've encountered so far. bizbin.com. We're bringing the community back into e-commerce.
Alright, so let's jump right into this. I want to first explain to you the content that we're talking about. Okay, there's a YouTube channel called Universal News Media, and the best I could tell, it had one single host, a young lady whose name we can't seem to find, nor can we find anything about her anywhere. So what has happened with this channel is she began posting videos observing the Earth and gravitational forces that might be affecting the Earth, such as which are causing giant tidal wave changes and tide drops, and affecting the ocean first, which you would kind of expect that would be the first visible sign we would have if there was, let's say, a gigantic planet right outside of Earth pulling with some gravity. The channel went on to keep an eye on FAA weather cams, it looks like in Alaska and Canada. Now, there's a bunch of videos, we'll link it down below. There's a bunch of videos, so you guys can definitely look into it on your own. But these cameras, she started kind of mainly using just these cameras. Every video was about her observations from things that she can see from the cameras, which appeared to be some gigantic planets, or for my own wording, I will say they appear to be gigantic celestial objects pretty close to the Earth. So, I mean, the content itself leads you on an adventure of she's comes from figuring out what things are, and now she's noticing what appear to be multiple suns, misshapen sun in shapes. She talks about a sun simulator or other a man-made technology being used to obscure what's actually happening. She expressed how difficult it was to see these things because they had and she had to explain that they had drastically increased chemtrail spraying in Alaska and Canada in some recent time. So that's really neat. Okay, and I really enjoyed watching these and thinking, that looks like a planet, or I don't see it. I just don't see it. Sometimes she shows images that from the weather cams, and I just don't see what she sees, or I think, oh, that looks more like a lens flare. But there were many instances where it really makes you scratch your head, like, like, it's hard to argue. It really looks like there is a planet there. Now, what happened was, it was June 16th. She made her final video, and we never heard from her again. The video before that, she explained that she said that she was visited. She had a nasty visit, I think is how she described it. She said there was a bright light, and it was sustained for a while from above her house, and that her electronic equipment got all messed up, including her computer and her thermostat and everything. She started saying things like, well, so if you never hear from me again, or if I wind up vanishing or wind up dead, you guys will know why. So that's where the mystery is. She stopped posting. I kept checking for a long period of time just to see if she came back. And what she said happened was the FAA weather cams she was using were all shut down. So her final video is actually just a compilation of many of the images that she discussed in previous videos. When I first saw the video, I immediately went to go try and find these weather cams. And I indeed ran into many links to weather cams in Alaska and Canada that were dead. I mean, they were just down. Now, it's been a couple of months since I've looked, but today I was doing some digging. I tried to go through her videos and look at the cams that she was looking at, and I did find them, and they all the ones I checked appear to be back up. The question is the content worth studying? My answer to that is absolutely. So it would really help us out, if you guys have any input. I mean, we always ask you for your input on these topics, but we're going to leave all the links below, with the channels and the backup channel and anything else we have, so that maybe you can help us dig in deeper. The next question is it a hoax? I mean, is it just somebody messing around? And I kind of refer back to the last statement, which is I would love for you guys to help us kind of answer that question. And as far as whether or not it's maybe some kind of really creative marketing plan, I can't find any way that this channel can lead to anybody making money. So again, I mean, I just don't know. So what do I think about this topic? About the whole thing, the content itself. I do believe that the Earth, the solar system, probably has cycles where there is maybe some gigantic stuff that comes passing through. I mean, we have comets. There's really no reason not to believe that there might be larger or more complicated things that might come flying through our solar system, or might even be bound to our sun in a particularly long orbit that maybe takes 10,000 years for it to come back. So I don't know if anyone has quite got the answer for this, because everyone seems to have their own ideas about the planet, or are there actually aliens living around Nibiru and they're gonna they're making their way back here so we can mine gold for them, or I really don't know all those details, but what I do know is it does appear from watching weather and geological stuff over the last several months, it kind of looks like something big is happening. Possibly the entire planet is wobbling because a giant massive planet is, very close by. Now, my feelings about her vanishing, man, that is a tough call. I am actually a bit cynical about things like this, because it's all too easy for someone to make a fake YouTube account, upload some videos, and then disappear just to create that, just to do it, And so I really cannot say whether or not this young lady, is in trouble or has vanished or just got tired of the channel and disappeared. But what I would like to say is, Universal News Media Girl, or as I like to call you, Weathercam Girl, if you are okay, let us know. Alright guys, thanks so much for joining me on this neat adventure. Definitely, if you have any other links or any other information on this Universal News Media channel or anything that might have happened, I mean, maybe there's an article somewhere that we couldn't find that says it's all a big hoax. I really don't know, but hopefully you guys can help us out. And maybe we'll make a follow-up video as we uncover more information. On that note, I will bid you good evening. Please check out our sponsor, bizbin.com. And also, as you know, we're kind of a new and growing channel, so if you could like and subscribe and let us know how we're doing, it really helps to encourage us. Alright, I guess that wraps it up for me. And once again, my name is Edgar, and this is Mystorical Conspiracies. Have a creepy day.